How do you tell if someone is attracted to you or just being very friendly? If they act the exact same way with other people, you're out of luck. Someone tells you years later. As my dear old dad used to say, women who work for tips are not flirting with you. If they're a cashier, waiter, clerk, etc., don't get your hopes up. I was once called into HR for allegedly flirting with an employee, not part of my own team. Her proof? I was always friendly, offered her milk to go with her coffee, and worst of all, once at an after-work, I bought a round of drinks for everyone, her included. The head of HR was a bit puzzled about the whole situation, and asked her what would she then suggest we do to resolve the situation, and she requested that I would stop being friendly to her, and just leave her be. This poor woman just could not accept that I was being friendly. You don't. One person's just being friendly is another's take me to a hotel and duck me right now. Flirting's basically a dumb game of chicken with gradual escalation #X200B, or just ask if they have, and so, usually pretty obvious. You don't. It's a leap of faith. That's all it is. By reading someone's comment on Reddit about how they missed all the signs and then you realize that the same thing happened to you and now you lie there contemplating your life. If they ask you to take off your clothes, chances are they're just being friendly. I automatically assume people are being friendly. It's habit. Edit. Geez, didn't expect to wake up with 50+ replies in my inbox and result to self-deprecation. But I think I should clarify some things. I'm aromantic now after struggling with feelings towards romance in general for a bit, but before I discovered what aromanticism was, I just assumed people were being friendly because I was, and still am, too unattractive. Flirting wasn't my strong suit either, and I had a terrible track record with guys. Read, one who was an autistic furry liar, and the other who was an autistic, unhygienic, clueless dude. Plus I can't commit to a relationship. Depression. Though a guy I know apparently has a crush on me, and from our interactions I just assumed he was being friendly. Imagine my surprise when his mom told me he was crushing on me. I never would have known otherwise. Edit 2. Okay, one more edit. I realize that not all autistic guys and furry guys are bad BFs, you all do you. This was just a case of bad luck for me. Said guy who has a crush on me also has autism and he's a really kind-hearted dude beneath his frowny exterior. Hygienic too. It's not always easy. With my fiancée, when we started hanging out I would convince myself she liked me and then talk myself out of it. I would walk her home and she'd give me a really awkward friend hug then run inside, leaving me feeling like I'd misread the signals completely. This went on for about 3 weeks before we finally kissed at a party. I asked her about it afterwards and it turns out she was doing the same thing. 7 years and a proposal later, I think she might have a crush on me, guys. Do they ever initiate the friendliness? Responding to someone else's kindness is a lot different than initiating it. But even still, the only sure way to know is to ask. Pro tip: you'll never know if you don't ask. No, the stripper is not attracted to you. Usually the realization comes 10 years later when you are trying to fall asleep. If you get an arranged marriage it's a 5,050. Seriously? Nobody is going to link the Duda guide? https://youtube.bef4ear9u edit. Thanks guys. Gold and silver and doubled my karma. Reddit confuses me, D. Ask them. Well. You can't ever really know, like even if she sleeps with you, she might just be Canadian, so honestly you shouldn't get your hopes up and you better keep looking and wondering. Really, with some people you cannot tell. I knew a girl who was super friendly with me, I got interested, and then a few weeks around her I saw this was how she treated every guy. Smiles, oh stop it you, flirting. I wasn't special here. I moved on. I knew a girl who friendly with everyone. We sat down at a birthday party and talked non-stop for 3 hours. She was friendly with people, but I hadn't seen her do this before. I got her number and called her. We talked until my phone died. Our 10th wedding anniversary was about 6 weeks ago. Our oldest kid turned 7 in a few months. When I met my last girlfriend, our eyes met across a crowded dance floor. She rolled her eyes at me, so I picked them up and rolled them back. Step 1. Cut a hole in a box. Assume attraction and ask them out. If they say no, you get your answer. If they say yes, you get a date. Depends on where you live. Here in England, being anything other than cold and aloof is seen as basically throwing yourself at someone. If she says WTF step bro, you are wrong. By how they look at you or act around you versus other people. Oh, that's easy, no one is ever attracted to me. There's no good answer to that question. A million different people may give a million different signal signs that they are or are not interested in you romantically. What I've found works for me and what I think is the kindest, least awkward way, both towards yourself and the other person, is to 1. Have some sort of consistently positive relationship, repeated interaction with them first, and then, 2. In a lighthearted and friendly way and without implying any kind of emotional pressure, just ask if they'd like to go on a date with you. Use the word date. If they say yes, congrats, they're into you at least enough to give it a shot and see where it goes. If they say no, for the love of all that is holy, don't take it as a personal insult, it probably isn't. Keep it lighthearted and take the refusal with grace. They aren't into you, and throwing a tantrum over it or trying to pressure them further isn't going to help them be into you whatsoever. When she asked me out, I was skeptical. When we slept together, more likely, but can't be too sure. When we got married, I'm pretty sure she likes me. She was working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. This much is true. Assuming the person is single or trifling. You ask to see that person again in a different context and the negotiation for available time and date is quick and mutually complete, no just friends overtone about it. Thursday at 8? Not available. Not into you. Thursday at 8? Not available, but what about Friday at 9? Else. Look for physicality, proximity, and eye contact when totally unnecessary. Jealousy or defeat, it's subtle, when interacting with someone else of the interested person's gender. Caveat all this with me being terrible about noticing it. My wife points this out to me when we're in public. Once I see it, it's obvious, but until then it's a mystery to me. The friendly, honest approach has worked for me. You seem really nice, someone I'd like to go out with, if you'd like that too. If they're already spoken for or disinterested, they'll let you know. Either way, I've noticed that they seem to appreciate the attention, if they sense you're being sincere. I've noticed women that have been interested in me, have started a random conversation with me, like asking advice, about something. If a woman compliments you on something, could be your eyes, or your jacket, or pretty much anything, that might be a clue. Women play with hair, or adjust it more, making more than usual eye contact. Also, if you are sitting next to them, and their knees are pointing a bit towards you, that is a sign. As well, if they get under a table and start giving you head, also a clue. Easiest way, ask them out on a few dates, have sex with them, start a relationship, take them out some more, go to fancy dinners and parties, take them on holiday and stuff like that. Then, after you've tried that for a few years, ask them if they want to marry you. If they say yes, they're probably interested. You give it a shot, and if they reject your advances, you stop giving it a shot. The eyes, Chico, always the eyes. Simple. You just say oi, Are you attracted to me or just being friendly? The fastest route between 2 points is a straight line. For me, I flat out told him that I liked him and if he asked me out I would say yes. He said thanks and never asked me out or responded in any way that he liked me back. Bummer. A few months later we kissed. He was like, "So, you like me?" I should have smacked him upside the head. Apparently he thought I just said that to him to be nice.